Most of the time that we're talking about guitars, we focus on stuff like sound, feel, and playability, right? Well, and also on the looks of the thing. But this time I would like to go, well, inside, really, to show you how it's constructed, what makes it tick, what makes all the difference in that sound, that feel, and that tone. So let's take off the strings and take a look inside. I think you might be amazed. We have here a Dreadnaught. It's a really prime example of the stuff we're about to be speaking about, because it contains all the elements of construction that are, they apply to all the other models that are legendary. This one is, it covers a lot of ground. Okay, now that we've got the strings out of the way, let's shed some light on this subject. I've got this little contraption to help us see what's inside. So we can see the neck block. That's a big deal. That's one of the innovations that CF Martin actually made. It's dovetailed, making for a stiffer joint, better reliable neck that cannot creep as easily as previous designs. Also, you can see the tail block with the bracing on the back. You can see braces on the sides, making sure that the sides never cup. And, well, the soundboard actually is the trickiest one of all. It has the X bracing. That's another super important thing CF Martin did. He basically made sure that the guitar is ready for the steel strings, because previous strings were not made of metal and the string pull was much less. So basically this made for a lightweight but really stiff soundboard. What we see inside shows actually the issues CF Martin had to overcome in building such guitars. First issue was that the guitar was becoming less heard because other instruments were overpowering it. First order of the day was to make a bigger body. Also, steel strings came into fashion, so string pull got quite bigger. And to overcome this, he developed a system called X bracing. Braces are these spruce struts that keep the shape of the top together, same as the back, but in a different manner. So these struts are shaped in a way that they have to be split. They cannot be just sewn out of stock, because that would ruin the growth lines. They help with stiffness, rigidity that helps with stiffness of the top. Spruce as a material actually is ingenious in itself, because it's so lightweight and yet has so much strength that its ratio between strength and its weight is great, really. That's why materials like spruce, all kinds of spruce, like Canadian Sitka, Italian spruce, a number of species really, but Sitka being the most, the most loved one, I suppose. And also mahogany for the same properties, because it's light in weight, it's quite hard, and it resonates really freely. To resonate, you have to be light, but to keep up with the string pull, you have to be tough. So this is a good material. So basically, both the top and the braces are made of spruce. He made the X bracing and some tone bars being those braces that actually control the way that top vibrates with the strings. Also, some of the things he did with the braces was scalloping them, basically making them even lighter, freeing up the top board even more. A big thing was his reinventing the neck to body joint. It's actually two things, one being dovetail joint. Some of you that are familiar with woodworking would know what that is. It provided better stiffness of this joint, also less creep of the neck over time, better transfer because it's really jammed together with hide glue, and it's a good solid connection, that everybody uses nowadays mostly. There are a few other systems, but this one is probably the best. Second thing being that the Martin company decided to move the neck to body joint to the 14th fret. It was priorly at 12th fret, 1 octave, but this allowed for, dual fret faces, actually quite a lot of reach up the neck, so guitar became more playable, more attractive. Moving on back to the insides of the guitar, you can see that both the back and the sides are made of rosewood, paired with the spruce soundboard, which actually makes for a D-28, because this is a Dreadnaught with a 28 tonal combination, which makes it out of spruce and rosewood. Sides are also supported with some bracing, mostly to keep it from cupping. Okay, well, I should also say, while it's obvious that all these fine improvements and great craftsmanship also need premium materials. Martin Guitars is really big on premium woods. They carefully, meticulously select their woods. They dry them years ahead. And while any of the pieces is worked, it's regularly rechecked in process for any blemishes that might show up, because this piece of wood might contain some pitch pockets, which you cannot see at first. So even in the old days, they have developed a way to check for those, and it's called candling. We don't, no one actually uses candles anymore, but we'll try to simulate for you how it looks. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so with some natural light, here we have a really nice shot of the soundboard from inside. You can see its colors, its straight lines, growth rings. It's really cool. We'll move the lamp over here and you'll see what the candling is. It's actually old-time X-ray. Now you can see if there were any pockets of pitch and this piece of wood, we'd see it now, right? Also, you can see the tone bars. They actually set the main tone of this guitar, which for Martin guitars is usually lush mids. So other companies, if they try to do something, like experimentation, they usually play with the tone bars, which is fine, you get other sounds from it, but Martin thing is lush mids. Okay, all said and done, we've shown you what's inside of a guitar, the parts, their names, their functions, the way they contribute to the whole. Martin guitars are great sounding guitars. They are only company that constructs their guitars in this exact way, well, other than their historical second brand Zmaj guitars. But don't take my word for it, You can come to our shop and give it a try. Both Martins, Zmajs, we have them all. And also we set up all of our guitars so they're nice and playable, Look at our site, if you will. We're a service also. We're a company composed of both luthiers and musicians, so we'll be well prepared for any questions and suggestions you might want or need. Okay, so no guitars were harmed in the making of this video other than one broken string, but we'll take care of that a bit later, so take care. Bye.